In 1980, archaeologists Zahi Hawass and Mark Lehner opened a sealed passage behind the Great Sphinx and descended into darkness. Inside, they found a real tunnel carved through the limestone. One branch climbed into the Sphinx, the other plunged toward the groundwater below. Since then, scientists have scanned its body, drilled around its pores, and lowered cameras beneath the plateau. Some signals were natural fractures. Others revealed shafts, buried structures, and unmistakable evidence of ancient activity. Then, in 2025, researchers claimed satellite radar had detected something far bigger: enormous geometric chambers and shafts extending deep beneath the entire Giza Plateau. The images appeared to reveal an impossible underground world. But when leading experts tested the evidence, they uncovered something even more shocking. Those images were not showing what millions believed they were seeing. For ancient mysteries and the science that separates evidence from myth, subscribe. Then tell me below, before today, had you heard claims of an entire underground world beneath Giza? The Sphinx is not a hollow statue placed on the desert. It was carved directly from the layered limestone of the Giza Plateau. Its base is dense and mineralized. Most of its body is softer rock. Its head is cut from harder reef limestone. That matters because this stone naturally contains cracks, cavities, and sudden changes in density, even before humans alter it. Scientists have examined the area using radar, seismic testing, electrical surveys, topographic mapping, and 3D laser scans. But there is one crucial fact most viral claims ignore. An anomaly is not a chamber. It only means an instrument detected something different inside the rock. That difference could be groundwater, salt, clay, rubble, a natural fracture, or a genuine man-made space. And Giza makes those signals even harder to read. The plateau sits above fractured limestone filled with moisture. Water weakens radar. Salt distorts readings. Natural cavities can appear geometric after digital processing. So when a scan reveals a dark shape or low-velocity zone, scientists cannot simply call it a tunnel. They need physical proof. Drilling, cameras, excavation, or multiple independent methods confirming the same target. Until then, every hidden chamber is only an interpretation. The hardest part of investigating beneath the Sphinx is not secrecy. It is the ground itself. The monument sits on fractured limestone filled with fissures, clay, salt damage, and groundwater, all capable of mimicking hidden chambers. In some areas, the water table lies only a few meters below the surface. That creates a dangerous problem. Radar weakens in wet, salty stone. Seismic scans detect changes in wave speed, but those changes could mean a cavity, soft rock, rubble, or water. Electrical surveys face the same uncertainty. A man-made chamber and a natural hollow can look almost identical until someone physically checks. But beneath the Sphinx, verification carries real risk. One drill hole could damage ancient bedrock. One excavation could destabilize masonry. One opened passage could flood. Even exposing salt-soaked stone to air can accelerate its decay. That is why invasive testing is tightly controlled. Not because authorities fear what might be found, because one careless search could destroy it forever. At Giza, restraint is not the enemy of discovery. It is what keeps discovery possible. Long before radar, satellites, or excavation permits, the Sphinx was already guarding something sacred. It faced the rising sun beside Giza's temples, causeways, and royal tombs. The ancient Egyptians called it Hore-Makhit, Horus in the horizon. It represented kingship, rebirth, and divine protection. Between its paws stands the dream stele of Thutmose IV. Its inscription tells of a buried sphinx promising the young prince a crown if he cleared away the sand. The carving shows the monument resting above an elaborate architectural base. Mystery writers often claim that image reveals a doorway or hidden palace beneath the statue. But Egyptologists read it differently. The design combines familiar symbols of a palace facade and sacred shrine. It was religious imagery, not a blueprint. Yet the underground symbolism at Giza was real. Just 16 meters behind the Sphinx lies the Osiris shaft, a multi-level complex descending nearly 30 meters into the bedrock. At the bottom, a massive sarcophagus rests on a stone island surrounded by dark water. Every detail carried meaning. The water represented Nun, the primordial ocean before creation. The island symbolized the first land rising from chaos. And the sarcophagus represented Osiris, god of death and resurrection, waiting beneath the earth for renewal. The true warning beneath Giza was never about buried machines. It was about crossing into the realm of gods, kings, and the dead. A boundary marked by stone, darkness, silence, and sacred water. The first modern attempt to force an answer from the Sphinx came in 1837. British explorer Howard Vyse believed the monument might be hollow or hiding an undiscovered tomb. So his workers drilled straight through its shoulder. For months, iron rods cut deeper into the limestone. Then, 27 feet down, they snapped. Vyse even used gunpowder to free them. It failed. The broken metal remains trapped inside the Sphinx today, a permanent scar left by the search for hidden chambers. Nearly 90 years later, French archaeologist Émile Barrès began stabilizing the monument. In 1926, he sealed several known openings with masonry, cement, iron bars, and trapdoors. One was a massive, natural fissure crossing the Sphinx's waist. Another lay near the tail, where workers had long known of a narrow passage descending into the rock. In October 1980, Zahi Hawass and Mark Lehner reopened it. They were guided by Mohammed Abd al-Morgad Fade, an elderly antiquities worker who had helped Barrès more than 50 years earlier. At first, the passage looked like the entrance to something much larger. It split in two. One branch climbed 4 meters into the Sphinx's body, then ended in a small niche. The other plunged downward, reaching 5 meters below the enclosure floor. There, at groundwater level, it stopped. A dead end. The walls contained crude footholds and pointed chisel marks, proving someone had carved the tunnel from above. But there was no royal tomb, no secret archive, no advanced machinery. Instead, archaeologists found tin foil, part of a water jar, and a discarded pair of shoes. The tunnel was most likely dug by ancient or medieval treasure hunters, chasing the same rumors people still chase today. Other openings told similar stories. A shaft on the Sphinx's head may have anchored a crown or headdress. A shallow pit near the front may have served construction. A keyhole-shaped shaft along the northern enclosure appears to be an unfinished tomb. Every investigation uncovered something real. But each real feature was transformed by speculation into proof of a hidden world. The pattern was now impossible to ignore. Beneath Giza, archaeology kept finding mysteries. Just rarely the ones people wanted. While archaeologists studied real shafts, another mystery was taking shape. One built from prophecy, strange signals, and a chamber no one could prove existed. In the 1930s, American clairvoyant Edgar Cayce claimed a hidden hall of records lay near the Sphinx's right paw. According to Cayce, it contained lost knowledge from Atlantis and ancient Egypt. Decades later, scientists went looking. In the late 1970s, a team from SRI International surveyed the Sphinx using radar, seismic soundings, and electrical resistivity. The radar struggled. Salty groundwater scattered the signal before it could travel far. But the other instruments detected several anomalies beneath the platform. So researchers drilled 5 test holes. They lowered cameras into each one and found no hidden archive. Only weathered fractures, rubble-filled joints, and natural variations in the limestone. Then came the signal that changed everything. In 1992, geophysicist Thomas Dobke reported a low-velocity zone beneath the Sphinx's right paw. It measured roughly 12 by 9 meters and appeared to extend several meters deep. To believers, the location was impossible to dismiss. Case had named the right paw decades earlier. Soon, reports of strange sounds, hollow spaces, and sealed entrances spread across Giza. Every detail seemed to point toward the same conclusion. Something was being hidden underground. But the evidence still faced one fatal problem. The instruments could detect that something beneath the Sphinx was different. They could not prove what it was. By now, you are probably waiting for scientists to confirm the hidden city. They did not. What they found was almost the opposite. Between 2025 and early 2026, the CARFA project claimed satellite radar had revealed a vast underground network beneath Giza. 8 cylindrical shafts, spiral pathways, massive cubic chambers, internal voids, even an unknown sarcophagus. Some structures were said to descend more than 2,000 feet. The images looked precise, geometric, almost impossible to dismiss. But when geophysicists examined how those images were created, the story began to collapse. Zahi Hawass rejected the claims as unsupported. No authorized excavation had found the structures. No drilling had confirmed them. No independent survey had verified them. Geophysical archaeologist Lawrence Kinnears raised an even bigger problem. Satellite radar cannot see hundreds of meters through dense, fractured, water-filled limestone and produce clean images of architecture. That is the key. The project did not physically discover shafts or chambers. It created mathematical reconstructions from subtle radar variations and tiny movements detected at the surface. And beneath Giza, the rock is anything but simple. It is fractured, waterlogged, filled with natural cavities and changing densities. With enough digital processing, irregular geology can begin to look engineered. This does not prove that nothing remains undiscovered beneath Giza. It proves the viral story moved faster than the evidence. The same pattern had appeared before. An instrument detects an anomaly. The public sees a chamber. Then physical testing reveals a fracture, rubble, water, or something far smaller than the legend. The shocking discovery was not a machine city beneath Egypt. It was how easily technology, mythology, and expectation could create one before a single stone was touched. So why do scans beneath Giza keep producing shapes that look like hidden chambers? Because the plateau is built from fractured, soluble limestone. Groundwater moves through it. Salt expands inside it. Erosion weakens it. Natural karst processes carved cavities, cracks, and soft zones through the bedrock. All of them can distort radar, seismic, and electrical readings. The problem is not detecting an anomaly. The problem is identifying it. A clay-filled crack can resemble a sealed corridor. A water pocket can look like an empty room. A natural fracture can appear rectangular after digital smoothing. Several completely different features can produce almost the same signal. That is why one scan is never enough. Scientists need drilling, cameras, excavation, or an independent method confirming the same target. Without that, the image remains an interpretation, not a discovery. Past investigations proved why this matters. When SRI researchers drilled into anomalies around the Sphinx, every tested location revealed weathered fractures, rubble-filled joints, or natural changes in the rock. Later seismic surveys also found layered bedrock without confirmed cavities. That does not make Giza ordinary. It makes Giza dangerously easy to misread. Fractured stone, groundwater, salt damage, digital processing, and human expectation are enough to turn uncertain data into a hidden city. What scientists found beneath the Sphinx shocked the world. But not because they confirmed a buried machine city. Beneath Giza lies something more complex. A landscape where geology, archaeology, religion, and imagination have collided for thousands of years. The shafts are real. The flooded chambers are real. The burial structures and natural fissures are real. They are extraordinary without turning every anomaly into proof of a lost civilization. The evidence does not support colossal underground towers. It does not support impossible radar penetration. It supports something far more powerful. A sacred plateau built, reused, explored, misunderstood, and mythologized across generations. Giza does not need fabricated technology to remain mysterious. Its true history is already astonishing. And the deeper scientists investigate, the clearer the lesson becomes. Discovery begins where speculation ends. And evidence must always come first.